Hi, this is Miss Diorama. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will show you how I made a window-shaped light box. I first collected all the parts that I would need to make my window-shaped light box, including some sides, bottom, flexible parts to make up the arch, and some more parts to make a frame for the box. Using PVA wood glue, I joined the side pieces to the bottom piece. I designed these pieces specifically for this project and cut the pieces using a laser cutter, but the pieces could easily be cut by hand, especially if using cardboard for the light box. These two cardboard window frames were then glued together for added strength. The window frame was then glued to the box sides. These flexible pieces for the arch were then glued into place. A piece of polycarbonate sheet will form the clear viewing panel. Before that is attached, another frame is glued on, this time to what will be the front of the box. This frame is made of two thicknesses of 3mm MDF glued together for added strength. Cardboard or even plywood could be used instead of MDF. I was simply using whatever materials I had on hand for this box because the box itself is not going to be seen, therefore it didn't really matter. The frame pieces are then attached to the front of the box with glue. The inside of the box is going to be lined with white paper. The purpose of the white paper is to increase the light reflection inside the light box. Now it was time to make the scene for the light box. I found the scene for my light box online at Creative Fabrica. There will be a link to the website in the video description in case you're interested. On Creative Fabrica, you can find so many different and useful images, templates, fonts and designs for a huge variety of uses. If you haven't already, you should definitely check it out. This was the first cutout of a series of 8, which would all be painted using acrylics. I first gave the paper a water wash, before applying watered down acrylic paint in a variety of colours. Watercolours would also work well for this. You could also use a combination of different coloured papers depending on your preference. The scene could also be left completely white, which also looks good, but it wasn't the look I was after. This was the second cutout of a series of 8, which was also painted in the same way. I decided to change the design to incorporate a deer instead of a fox. I also altered the size and shape of the template to fit my window frame. This was the third cutout of a series of 8. This was the fourth cutout of a series of 8. This was the fifth cutout of a series of 8. This cutout shows a lake in the foreground with some hills behind it. This was the sixth cutout of a series of 8. This cutout is some hills which will sit in the middle ground and will be light orange. This was the seventh cutout of the series of 8. This cutout shows some background hills which I also painted orange to reflect the sunset. And this was the last cutout of the series of 8. This one shows the sky with a sun cut out of it, so I tried to paint a sunset. Once all of these images are dry, they will be layered to form the scene inside the Lightbox. The frame was painted with dark brown acrylic paint. Now it was time to make a back cover for the box. These two pieces of cardboard will form the back cover for the Lightbox. They are glued together for added strength. The back cover is then painted white, which will increase light reflection inside the Lightbox. The clear polycarbonate viewing panel can now be attached. Now it was time to choose some lighting to go behind the layer design. I decided on this neon flex light because it has the option of USB power connection. It also comes with batteries, however, I don't want to have to keep replacing batteries. Therefore, I will instead be using the USB cable to connect to my power source. Now it was time to assemble the design inside the Lightbox. Each layer is installed into the box one at a time with a space between each layer. This is then followed by the next layer. And so on until the design is fully assembled. Finally, a piece of baking paper was placed into the box. This was then followed with a light strip. In my previous video, I made a window and this was attached over the front of the Lightbox. If you haven't already seen that video, I will leave a link in the description in case you're interested in watching it. In that video, I also demonstrated how I made a faux brick wall background for my videos. The whole assembly was attached to the rear of the backdrop. And this is the effect with the lights off. I will be changing this scene out from time to time, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. In the end, I was pretty happy with the way this turned out, and even happier with my new backdrop. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider supporting my channel by subscribing, and to everyone who has, a big thank you. I really appreciate your support. Bye for now, and I hope to see you next time.